let me ask you a question. Have you been at a new place maybe, or you had some time to yourself and you were just by yourself and you were wanting to play, but nobody's around? What are you going to do? There's a story that we're going to read. It's called Play With Me. And it's about a little girl who is in that situation, trying to find somebody to play with.
About shadow.
We're not going to, well, let's read this story. We'll find out if there's any shadows on it. You could look for it in the story. Can you just look in the story to see when we're reading it? Okay. Now, this story is called Play With Me. This is the words, Play With Me, by Marie Hall Etz. Now, it's a different kind of drawing. Not many colors like the other books that we've seen. What do you see?
See gold.
You see gold?
No, gold.
A girl.
A girl, you're right. This is a girl. There's a frog, and there's a what?
Sun.
Sun. Very little colors in this book.
In a tree.
And a tree. We're going to read about it. Now, I have a few pieces that we're going to show you. So you're going to see more. I know the book is small, so we're going to use these to help you see better.
Yes.
Okay? It is small, so we're going to use this. Now, we have the sun way up there. Yep. And then we have the little girl right down here. Okay? Now, we have some pictures of some of these characters in the story. All right? We're going to show you as we read. All right. Now, Play With Me by Marie Hall Etz. Lots of flowers. The sun was up and there was dew on the grass. And I went to the meadow to play. You know what dew is?
No.
Dew is the wetness you see on grass. If ever you go to the park, you see early in the morning, you see wetness on the grass. That's dew. Didn't rain, it just happens to be wet. That's dew. Now, you know what a meadow is, right? Remember in rabbits and raindrops? Remember the rabbits were jumping out of the hedge and they went onto the meadow? That was a meadow. You remember there was 5 little bunnies? Remember that?
I remember.
Okay. Now, let's go on. So here she is going into the meadow. A grasshopper sat on the leaf of a weed. Here's the grasshopper. He was sitting on a weed. It's a weed right there. It's growing right there. He was eating it up for his breakfast. He was busy eating. So she said, "Grasshopper," I said, "will you play with me?" And I tried to catch him, but he leaped away. Could she get it? No. A frog stopped jumping and sat down by the pond. Here's the frog. I think he was waiting to catch a mosquito. You know what a mosquito is, right?
No.
It's a little insect that kind of buzzes around and can kind of sting you or actually bite you, and that's not fun. But mosquitoes are what frogs eat.
In Nigeria, this world, there's mosquitoes.
Yeah, there are lots of mosquitoes. Okay, so she says, "Frog, will you play with me?" And I tried to catch him, but he leaped away too. There goes the frog. Take that and put it down. And then a turtle was sitting on the end of a log. There he is. He was just sitting all still, getting warm in the sun. Turtle, I said, "will you play with me?" But before I could touch him, here's that turtle. Before she could touch him, he plopped into the water. There he goes. A chipmunk was sitting beneath the oak tree, shelling an acorn with his sharp little teeth. Do you know what shelling means? It means you're biting into that acorn shell and getting inside so he can eat it. He's very hungry. So the chipmunk was doing that.
He did the acorn. I know those.
Yep.
like acorns.
Acorns. Chipmunk, I said, will you play with me? But when I ran near to him, what happened? He ran up the tree. There he goes. A blue jay came and sat down on a bough and jabbered and scolded the way blue jays do. Blue jay, I said, will you play with me? But when I held up my hand, what did he do?
He flew away.
He was up there, then he flew away.
Oh no, he didn't travel.
A rabbit was sitting behind the oak tree. Here he is. There's that rabbit sitting behind the oak tree. He was wiggling his nose, and nibbling a flower.
And he like carrots.
In this story, he's not eating a carrot, he's nibbling on a flower. Rabbit, I said, will you play with me? And I tried to catch him, but he ran into the woods.
No, he can run in the woods. He can jump so high.
Not all rabbits jump. A snake came sneaking through the grass. Now this snake came sneaking through the grass. Now this one's on the branch, but he's sneaking up,
You didn't have it.
zigzagging and sliding the way snakes do. Snake, I said, will you play with me? But even the snake ran away down his hole. So he went down his hole.
That's up his hole. He can't jump. He just has to walk.
None of them would play with me. So I picked the milkweed. Here's a milkweed.
Milkweed.
Milkweeds are flowers. And what she did was blow at it and blew all the seeds. See all the seeds flying down? And there goes the seeds in the air. Then I went to the pond and I sat down on a rock and I watched a bug making trails on the water. Here's a bug right here. It's really tiny and it's making a trail as it's swimming on the water.
I can't see it.
You'll see right there. It's little lines right there. I love how these drawings show lines and it shows so much. And as I sat there without making a sound, Grasshopper came back and sat down beside me. So here comes Grasshopper. And the frog came back and sat down on the grass. And the slowpoke turtle sat down. Oh, where did turtle go? Turtle's right there. And he sat on his log, and Chipmunk came and watched me and chattered. Chattered. What does chatter mean?
I don't know what it is.
He's talking, right? And Blue Jay came back to the bough on a tree, and he sat on the bough overhead, and Rabbit came back.
And the snake?
Let's see. The rabbit came back, and then he hopped around me. Now the rabbit's hopping around the little girl. And the snake came back out of his hole. And I still sat there, really still, without making a sound. But so that what? They wouldn't be scared and run away. So she was really still. Can you be still like a rock?
No.
She is. Out of the bushes came, where he had been hiding, came a baby fawn looking at me.
What's a fawn?
Baby fawn. This fawn is a baby deer.
Oh, so
He came along and he was looking at her.
It's so cute.
I'm glad you think it's cute. Out of it came and he started looking at her. And then what happened? What do you think is going to happen?
You can play?
You think he's going to play?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens next. So, I held my breath and he came nearer. So he came so near I could have touched him. But did she? I didn't move. I didn't even speak. And the fawn came up and licked her face. Wow, he licked her face. My goodness.
That's disgusting.
Oh, now I'm happy. I was happy as could be. For all of them came to play with me. All the animals came back to play.
What?
See it? Did she look happy to you?
Yeah.
What do you think she's doing now?
Bye-bye, son. She's going to her home.
She's going home. After all that, she's going home. Do you think she's happy to go home now?
Yeah.
What's she going to do home now?
Play.
She's going to play at home?
No.
That's right. All right. So who liked that book?
I like it. I like it.
You like that book? Good job. I'm glad you liked the book. We're going to read this again in a couple of days, and we'll revisit some of these animals and talk about those animals some more.